Howdy everybody, David here, and this is another Fantasy Age tutorial. Now, in part one of our character creation for beginners, we built Thale of the Forest, and he is a level 1 mage. Well, in the first part of this tutorial, the first video, we basically flushed him out level 1. We got his background, his social status, we took his arcana spells, we calculated his hit points, we talked about ability scores, how to generate them, we talked about ability focuses and distinguishing between a regular ability check and an ability focus check. We talked about talents, we mentioned specializations, and bought his equipment, talked about the races, the racial features, everything about the character we've discussed. So now that Thale has been adventuring with his group of party members, he has now been awarded 2nd level. So in this video, we are going to talk about everything that you need to do to level your character, your mage, from levels 2 all the way to level 20. We're not going to go into depth and literally level him for every level because of time constraints and whatnot, but we will go ahead and physically level up the sheet for levels 2, 3, and 4, which is going to give you an overview of how to do an even level, an odd level, and a specialization promotion or level for your character. So we're going to have some fun, and let's get started. So the first thing in the book, when you're looking at the the Fantasy Age basic rule book, you have your classes, the mage, whatnot, and everything is basically out there for you for levels 1 to 20. And this is what I want to show you. This is basically the mage. I've taken this out of the book, and you'll recognize that this is what we did for level 1. And then if you've got the book, you'll get everything for level 2 all the way to level 20. Fine and dandy, that's great. But a lot of people are kind of they're kind of lost on what they need to do besides just what is told for them to do for level 2. Take, for instance, you'll get a new talent. Well, there's a lot more to character advancement to that, and I really think that Green Ronin, instead of splitting this information up into 2 different portions of character creation, they probably should have put this all together on one nice matrix from levels 1 to 20 like they had, because there's just some information that is not in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you everything in detail, what you need to do to advance your character. So, all right. Here's the XP point table. There's 2 ways that you're going to get experience by playing Fantasy Age. Your Dungeon Master or your Game Master can give you experience, or your Game Master can just say, hey, I think you guys have been, adventuring enough. You've made a couple milestones. You've finished an important quest or whatnot, and here, you'll get level 2, or you'll get level 3 or level 4. So basically, it could work, just calculating XP the old-fashioned way, or you could go with like a new milestone type of way, which is sort of like what D&D 5e is kind of transitioned to. So you have those 2 ways. Now, when you gain a level, you're not only going to gain what you get for whatever your class tells you you get at level 2 or level 3 or level 4 or whatnot, you're also going to get these 4 things here. 3, possibly 4. The first thing is your character's health is going to increase 1d6 plus your constitution level. It does not talk about that in the class matrix. Now when you do this, this is going to be for levels 1 through 10. And then from levels 11 to 20, all you're going to do is just add your Constitution ability your Constitution ability. If it's 0 or -1, you're still going to have a 1 hit point minimum. So even if you're 11 and up, you'll still get at least 1 hit point a level. Secondly, you're going to get to basically advance you're going to get an advancement point every single level for your ability scores. How cool is that? You're not waiting every 4 levels, every 6 levels. You're really getting to, you're getting to advance your abilities every single level. So there's a little rule to this. When you gain an even number level, like level 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, you have to spend your ability score advancement on a primary ability. On a primary ability. We've already talked about the Mage's primary abilities. Thal's got 4 of them. And if you get an odd level, which is going to be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 19, then you have to spend that ability score advancement on a secondary ability. So not only are your primary abilities going to raise up, your secondary abilities are going to raise up too. So you can raise up that strength for more damage. You can raise up your perception for better senses, or your dexterity to have a better armor class and speed. So I really like that. Next, you're also going to get a new ability focus. And like we talked about, the ability focuses are basically like a very fine-tuned section of an ability. So take, for instance, dexterity. If you're going to do some kind of acrobatical tumble, you would normally do a dexterity skill check. But if you have dexterity focused in acrobatics, then you would gain a +2 to that roll on top of your dex, which is really nice. So you can take another focus as well, and it works the same way as your advancement points. So for your even levels, 2, 4, 6, 8, etc., you'll get to buy an ability focus for any of your primary ability scores. And it also works for the odd levels, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc., for your secondary abilities. So you'll get to buy an ability focus for one of those secondary abilities. Now there is also seeing that you can raise one of those up to a 2, well, by default it will be a 2, but once you hit level 11 and up, then you can take one of your existing focuses that you have and take it from a +2 to a +3 bonus. How cool is that? That's really cool. Now, also I'd like to talk about ability advancement. When you're raising your primary scores, you're going to want to raise, as a mage, you're going to want to raise your accuracy up. You're going to want to raise your willpower up so you have a very high target number that people have to resist your spells. Or you want to have a very high attack for, your arcane blast. Or if you're a fighter, you want to have a very good fighting skill so you can hit, or a very high strength so you can do damage, or perception for bow damage. So you can take these abilities up to 5 for a 1-to-1 trade-off. Meaning, for instance, we're going to take a look at, we're going to go back over to Thale here. Thale has an intelligence and accuracy of 3. Now, with my level 2 advancement, I'll probably advance one of those. Excuse me. And I'll take it up to a 4. Now, when I hit level 4, I'll go ahead and do that again, and I'll take the next one probably to 5. Well, the same one that I took to 4, I'll probably end up taking to 5. Now, you can take your ability scores over a 5, but it will cost you more than 1 point. So as you can see here, your ability advancement table, which I'm really glad that they did this, so they kind of, it costs you more to buy, points for 6, 7, and 8. It's going to cost you 2 points. So if I want to take my intelligence from a 5 to a 6, I'm literally going to have to wait 2 advancements, and I'm going to have to save an advancement so I can get that 6, and I can get that 7. So really, if I go to 8, it's going to cost me 6 advancements. That's very costly, but it would be a +8. And then you can also go even that much further, and you can go from 9 to 12. But that's going to cost you 3 advancements. So, like I said, everybody, while you're leveling your character and you're advancing your scores, very easy. 1 to 1 up to 5. And then when you want to go above a +5, it costs you 2 points. Now, when you do that, please, folks, keep track of that on your character sheet. Keep track of it. Keep a little note in one of the sections of the sheet, and say you have 1 point saved over for the next time, and then erase it, raise your stat to 6. And don't forget on the ability focuses. Once you're level 11 and up, you can take one of your ability focuses that you already have, whether it be primary or secondary, and you can raise it up to +3. Now remember, it would have to be, like for 11, it would be a secondary, because that's an odd level, and in 12 you could do an even. But it works super easy, guys. I mean, once you do this, make a couple characters, all this is like second nature, and you're just flying through. Now, when you're also, if you have a mage, a spellcaster, which Thale is a mage, don't forget, you also get magic points every single level. Magic points. And this is not mentioned only in Chapter 5 for spellcasting. So it's like 3 chapters away. So I've kind of mixed all this together to give it to you right here. So whenever you're leveling up your character on another level, no matter where it's even or odd, you're going to get to roll a 1d6 every time you get a level. Alright? So when you started at level 1, it's 10 plus willpower plus 1d6, and add your willpower plus 1d6 more every time you gain a level. So there you go. Willpower plus 1d6 every time you get a level, and that's to level 10. Then after level 10, from level 11 to 20, you're just going to get your willpower bonus. So it basically works the same way as hit points and constitution. But now for mana, it's willpower and your d6. Very easy. Just remember, 11 and up, willpower only. And one more final note. When you guys are doing your character advancements, this isn't in the book. This is something that I've done, over the years. I systematically level my character. And I really started doing this playing 4th edition because of the big numbers game that game presents. When you're leveling your character, when you're giving it its advancements, say you give your character a +1 to a primary ability. Now, don't forget, that's not the only thing that's going to adjust. You have to check. Also, you're going to need to check, is this going to change my defense? Is this going to change my speed? Is this going to change my weapon to attack? Is this going to change my weapon to damage? Is this going to affect my target number casting? Is this going to affect my willpower? Is willpower going to affect my, save DC? I mean, guys, you're going to have to really look at your character sheet and make sure you systematically, every time you raise a stat, check your sheet, everything that's affected by that stat, change it. Then move to the next thing. Then choose your focus. Then put your focus on your sheet. And then do your mana points. And then do your class. It's very easy. So the last thing I want to look at is the mage over here. Now, for the mage, we've already got level 1 already done. I kind of want to take a look at every single level for the mage and just talk about what we're going to get. So, as you can see for level 2, on top of everything else that we've already talked about, for level 2, you're going to get your even ability score upgrade. You're going to get an even ability focus. You're going to get to raise your hit points. You're going to get to raise your mana points. You're also going to get a new talent. And you can become a novice in this talent or gain a degree in a talent that you already have. Remember, you've already got a talent. We've already got our talent, so we can upgrade it or choose another one. Level 3, same thing, but secondary stuff. This is an odd level. Now you're going to get a new magic talent. Your magic talents are your spells. So you can take a whole new field of magic, or you can gain a degree and go from, as Thale is, we have arcane magic and healing and fire. So with our level 3 magic talent, do I want to take a new talent altogether, like maybe air, wood, or earth? Or do I want to upgrade healing and fire? Healing or fire. You can only upgrade one. Pretty cool. Now at level 4, you're going to get your specialization, which is sort of like an archetype in D&D 5e or a Paragon Path in 4th edition. And this is where you're going to get to choose one specialization for the class. And you will get the novice degree. And we are going to take Elementalist. This is going to allow us to really focus with fire damage, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. Level 5, you're going to get your secondary ability stuff. You're going to get more hit points. You're going to get to roll. You're going to get more magic points. And you're going to get a new magic talent also at level 5. So you can take a new one altogether, or you can even take Journeyman or even Master to your original one. Level 6 is an even level. You're going to get more hit points, 1d6 plus your con. You're going to get a primary ability score, a primary ability focus, more mana points. You're going to get a new specialization talent, meaning that you're going to automatically be defaulted given the Journeyman degree of what you took at level 4. All right, so if you took a one at level 4, then you're going to become Journeyman automatically. You're not going to get to choose one. I think it's because the mages have spells, so you have both specialization talents and spell talents, where the other classes just have talents. So I think they're kind of making you say, hey, look, you already get spells, so you're going to automatically become Journeyman and then Master. You're also going to get Spell Blast. This is where you can cast a spell after hitting a foe with an Arcane Blast. This is a stunt that costs 3 stunt points, and the spell you cast cannot have a magic point cost greater than 3. A casting is going to be required as usual, and that's pretty cool. Spell Blast, basically a double spell. You hit them with Arcane Blast, and then you follow up. As long as you have stunt points, and you have to have 3 stunt points, and then you can hit them with Spell Blast and do whatever you want with a 3 spell point cost spell or lower. Really cool. I like that. Level 7, that's an odd level. You're going to get secondary abilities, secondary ability focus. You're going to get more hit points and whatnot, and you're also going to get a new magical talent where you can go to Novice in a new field, or you can upgrade one that you already have. Level 8, that is an even number, so you'll be primary ability score, primary ability focus, and you're going to get Big Blast, which is the range of your Arcane Blast attack now becomes 24 yards, I believe, instead of, 16 yards? Yeah, so Arcane Blast will go from 16 yards to 24 yards. Really cool. Nice little improvement there. You're also going to get, remember, you're going to get your hit points, you're going to get your mana points, and you're also going to get a new specialization talent, which is where you're going to gain Master in that specialization that you took at level 4. And we're going to take Alchemy for Thale. Alchemy is where you're able to make grenades. Wow, how cool is that? Level 9, that is an odd level, of course. You're going to get secondary ability score, secondary ability focus. You're going to get more mana, more hit points, and you're going to get a new magic talent where you can either take a new field of magic or upgrade one that you already have. That's really cool. So as you can see, everybody, you are getting so many different ways to customize your character. I mean, literally, everybody, every level you're getting something. You're getting multiple things every single level. Some games you don't get anything for a couple levels. So a lot of people will get bored with that. But with Fantasy Age, you literally get something, multiple things every level, and that's what I love about it. And the players have really loved this too. So level 10, that is, this is your last level where you're going to be rolling your d6 for your mana and your hit points. So remember, level 10, that's your last level. Even level, you guys are going to get a primary ability score point, primary ability focus. You're going to get your d6 last level for hit points and mana. You're going to get a new talent, and you're also going to get Power Blast. So Power Blast is you can increase the damage of an Arcane Blast attack by 1d6 by spending 2 mana points or 2 magic points. You must spend the magic points before making the attack roll, and you cannot do this more than once per attack. So even if you miss, you're still going to lose your 2 magic points. But for a 2d6 damage spell, I would spend 2 magic points all day long, no problems asked. I wouldn't even complain about it. So now we're at level 11. It's an odd level, so now you're only going to add your con for your hit points. Remember, with a minimum of 1. So if you have a 0 or negative number, you'll still at least get 1 hit point. You're going to do the same thing with your magic points. All right, so you will not be rolling the d6 anymore. Numbers are going to start getting pretty big at this point, so that's why you're still getting just minimal upgrades. And don't forget, this is an odd level too. So you're still going to get your secondary ability up and your secondary ability focus. And then at level 11, you're going to get a new magical talent. You could choose another magical field or upgrade one, and you get magic points. So, here, as it says, starting at level 11, you only gain magic points equal to your willpower. So level 12, even number, just your con mod, just your con score, just your willpower score. You get a new specialization, and this is where you get to choose one new specialization for your class. All right, and this is where you're going to gain novice of the new. I mean, it's going to be really nice. So you're going to get to do another specialization. So after Elementalist, we're going to go with Healer. Miracle, we're going to go with Miracle Worker. So not only am I going to be a Master Elementalist in multiple fields of magic, I'm also going to be a Miracle Worker where I can actually resurrect the dead. I mean, it's going to be a really, really, really versatile way to play a mage. You'll always be welcome in any group of adventurers. So number 13, odd level. You're going to get your willpower and your constitution for hit points and mana. You're going to get secondary ability point and focus. You're going to get a new magic talent. Again, stump bonus. You're going to basically, you're so practiced with your arcane blast that you can make attacks faster than lesser mages. When attacking with an arcane blast, you can perform the lightning attack stunt for 2 SP stunt points instead of 3. Now, lightning attack is where you can spend 3 stunt points and get another attack. Now, with the stump bonus, you're only going to be able to spend 2 stump points. So you're actually saving 1, and I like that. Level 14, even level. Remember, you're going to get con, willpower. You're also going to get a primary ability and focus. And this is where you're going to get Journeyman of the new specialization you just took. Now for Thale, it will be Miracle Worker. So he'll become a Journeyman Miracle Worker. 15, you get a new talent. And I'm just going to kind of start going into what you're going to get. You guys are I've already got this ingrained in your head by now about hit points and talents and focuses and whatnot. Well, not talents, but focuses, ability score points for even and odd. So level 15, you're basically just going to become a novice in a magic talent or gain a degree in a magic field that you already have. Level 16, that is an even level. You're going to get a new specialization talent. So basically for Miracle Worker, we are going to now become a master of Miracle Worker. And that's going to allow me to res the dead as long as it's within 2 minutes of their death. Level 17, that is an odd level. That's going to give me a new magical talent, and this is where I'm going to be able to become a novice with a new field of magic or gain a degree in one that I already have. As you can see, guys, you are going to have as a mage, you are going to have such an arsenal of spells, it is going to be ridiculous. Number 18, level 18, even, you're going to become a novice in a new talent. You know, you're going to be new talent. Basically, you could take anything you want. They're not restricting you, and you'll become a novice in any new talent, or you can gain a degree in something that you already have. Level 19, odd level, you get a new magic talent, and this is where, same thing, you take a new spell field, or you go ahead and just upgrade another one that you already have, and you'll have plenty. So you'll have master and probably multiple different spell talents. And then lastly, at level 20, your last level, it is an even level, and you're going to get Epic Mage, where you are going to get to pick one type of stunt, whether it be combat, the optional exploration or role-playing, or a spell stunt, and this is where you're going to gain a +1 bonus when generating stunt points of that type. Of course, he'll choose spell stunts. I mean, I don't know any mage that really wouldn't, unless you're really, 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 really into the role-play, and then you might do role-play stunts. But Thale will definitely take spell stunts. So if I have a 5 on the stunt die, it's actually a 6 because I get a +1 bonus when generating stunts for spell stunts only. Now, also, you're going to get a new talent, and this is where you can become a novice or finish off something that you have. So there you go, everybody. That's what you're going to get from levels 2 to 20 for, you know, Thale the Mage. I mean, that's just really crazy. So let's go ahead really quickly, and we are going to level up Thale a couple times, and I'm going to show you guys systematically what, you know, basically what I want to do. Now I'm going to move this over here really quick because this is going to be easy for me to see on one of my other screens. All right, so we're gonna say that you know, Thale now, he is level 2. All right. And we'll just wait for the PDF to let me adjust it. There we go. Level 2. Now, level 2 is 2,000 experience points. So we've got that. We've got that now. We've got 2,000. Now we're going to go ahead and increase our health. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll my 6-sided here. I've already got it here, and this is going to be 1d6 plus con. I rolled a 5. Wow, I'm actually surprised I didn't roll a 1 like yesterday. So I'm going to have a 5 plus my constitution. I have no constitution bonus at all, so I'm going to be at 29 hit points now. Hit points totally done. Now I get to take my advancement in basically a primary ability. Now my primary abilities, remember, are accuracy, intelligence, perception, and willpower. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my accuracy to level 4. So that is basically everything that I need to worry about with accuracy. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to choose an ability focus for one of my primary abilities. Now, what I want to do is I want to get another bonus for my Arcane Blast. Now, I can do that, and it's going to be the accuracy focuses there's actually an Arcane Blast focus. So under accuracy focuses, the very first one, page 40, I'm going for Arcane Blast. All right. So what this is going to do, everybody, is going to give me a +2 to my Arcane Blast. So now I'm 3d6 plus 3 for my accuracy plus 4. Don't forget, you got to systematically upgrade that stuff. And then I'm going to be +2 because of my Arcane Blast. So now I'm 3d6 plus 6 at level 2 for my Arcane Blast. That is really nice. That is super nice. So now I've already got my advancement point. I've got my new ability focus totally done there. Now I want to figure out my willpower because, well, I'm sorry, I want to figure out what I get for mana points now. Remember, your mana points are going to be 1d6 plus willpower. So my willpower is a 3. Now I'm going to roll my 6-sided again. There we go. Back to normal. I rolled a 1. So I'm going to gain, and I'm being totally honest with these rolls too, everybody. So now I'm going to have 20 magic points at level 2. Now we're going to go to what we get as a mage, which at level 2 we get a new talent. And this is where we get to become a novice with a new talent. And I exactly know what I want. Remember, I was telling you that I am going to take alchemy. So I'm going to come here to, and I could upgrade linguistics if I want to, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to take the talent, definitely going to take the talent alchemy. And alchemy allows me to make grenades, and as I go from novice to journeyman to master, I get to make better and better grenades. And they're the same grenades that you can buy from a vendor, or you can go ahead and create them as long as you and your dungeon master or game master in Fantasy Age get together and figure out what kind of components you need. So there are ways to craft them financially at a discounted price using the alchemy skill, or you can go out and forage for the ingredients. I'm sure that would be a great quest for you to do, or you can just flat out buy the grenades. But seeing that I'm going to be chucking grenades all over the place and casting spells, yeah, I'm going to need alchemy pretty bad. Alright, so there's novice. And that's it for level 2. So we've pretty much done everything now for level 2. I want to go ahead and save this file, and I apologize about having to save this, but you're going to be able to download Thale here and all of his character sheets up to level 20. So you're going to have, access to all of these spells. Well, all of these character sheets. So if you want to pick up Thale for a night and try him at level 10, go for it. All right, so we're gonna do another level. We're gonna do a couple more levels. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to level 3. Now, level 3, congratulations, Stell. You've been adventuring for quite a while. Now this is gonna be 4,000 XP, and this is now an odd level. So our character's health is still gonna increase. I'm gonna roll this D6 and add my con, and I rolled a 3. So my health is going to be 32 plus my con. That's it. I don't get any other modifiers. So I do get an advancement. Okay, I do get a secondary skill advancement. And my secondary skills are communication, constitution, dexterity, fighting is for your damage, strength. So guys, I would say, hey, let's take a point in con. All right, you take a point in con. That's a secondary ability score. Now you'll gain +1 hit points for 2 different levels. So it doesn't say in the book to not take previous levels into consideration, but as a DM or a game master, I would make the decision and say yes, you could go ahead and calculate that con in to your previous levels, because it really doesn't state in the book if you can or cannot do that. Sorry about my voice breaking up. The last couple days I've been doing a lot of tutorials, and I apologize about my crackly voice. I think it's been these character creation videos. So let's go ahead and take our constitution. We'll add we'll add 1 for level 1. We'll add another 1 for level 2 and level 3, so we'll go to 35 hit points. And depending on if your DM, he or she, allows you to do that, it's fine. Just respect whatever your game master wants you to do. So now we get to choose a secondary skill, ability focus. So of all of our focuses, I think I'm going to go ahead and take something from Constitution, and I'm going to go with swimming. Constitution swimming. Because sometimes you need swimming, and you don't have that skill, and then you end up drowning because you can't swim. So I think I'm going to go with swimming. I'll probably end up taking quite a few con and dex. Maybe a couple. I'll probably end up taking something for fighting also. Probably not fighting. It'll be for accuracy, I believe. All right. So now we've got our secondary stat done. We've got the focus done. Now we need to worry about our mana points. Constitution affected our hit points. We already changed those. So I think we're good. Let's go ahead and roll our hit points. I mean our mana. I rolled another 5. So I get 5 plus willpower for a total of 8. Wow, that was actually a really nice level for mana points. So that's it for level 3, except for what we get for our class. So for level 3, we get to take a new magic talent. So we can become a novice in a magic talent or gain a degree in a talent that we already have. I do not want to gain another arcane focus. I want to upgrade my fire arcana to journeyman. Okay. Now, when I upgrade my spells to journeyman, a couple things are going to happen, and I'm gonna tell you guys really quick. So for fire, as I go to journeyman, I'm going to get to learn the spell Burning Shield, and then I also gain the focus intelligence fire arcana. Wow! So that's really nice. So I get 2 things. I'm going to get Burning Shield, and I'm going to talk to you guys about what Burning Shield does in just a second. Burning Shield is a defensive type of spell. It costs 6 magic points to cast. It takes a major action to cast. The target number for it to be successful is 12, and there is no test. Now, Burning Shield is where you surround yourself with an aura of fire. Any adjacent means right beside you within the... If you're playing basically Theater of Mind, anyone standing next to you, and if you're playing on a table with a battle grid or on a virtual tabletop, then that means the square directly next to you, whether it be sides, front, diagonal, whatever. Then that enemy that is adjacent to you will that makes any melee attack against you will take 2 penetrating damage. Very nice. So remember, penetrating damage ignores your armor rating. Ignores armor rating. Penetrating damage ignores armor rating. And then Burning Shield will last for a number of minutes equal to your willpower. So if I cast Burning Shield, which I probably would at the beginning of combat, then it will last for a total of 3 minutes. Now, a round in Fantasy Age is not your traditional 6 seconds like most other tabletop games or D20 games. A round in Fantasy Age is 15 seconds. So 4 rounds per minute. So I could have, with my willpower being a 3, I could actually have that up for a total of 3 minutes or about 12 rounds. Really nice. I don't think combat would last more than 12 rounds unless it's some super epic mega combat. Then you'd have a risk of running out of Burning Shield. So there you go. That is what I get. And also, don't forget, you also have to add. You get the Intelligence Fire Arcana. All right. So let's add Fire Arcana. And what this is going to do is any time we cast a Fire Arcana spell, we are going to get a +2. Very nice, right? Very nice. Don't forget, intelligence is also going to be added into this, so we need to take the +3 up to a +4. So to make sure we have a successful spell, it's going to be 3d6 +4 +2. Really nice. Now for my casting roll down here for healing, casting roll is still based off of intelligence, and I think it's going to be easier just to have it down here. So it'll be 3d6 plus 4 plus 0 because I don't have a healing arcana focus yet. I will the next time I hit an even level. So there we go, everybody. That is 100% done for level 3. So let's go ahead and save this file. And like I said, I'm going to upload all of these different characters, these character sheets, on the website under the player section. And over time, you'll be able to download hundreds of Fantasy Age character sheets, mages, rogues, and warriors. All right, so let's do one more level. We're going to do one more level, and then we'll go ahead and call it, because I'm sure you guys are probably going to get the idea by now on what needs to be done. So let's go to level 4 now. Wow, I can't believe that Thale is leveling so quickly. Thale, level 4 experience is going to be a total of 6,000, or unless your GM is doing some type of like milestone type of system. Let's roll our hit points again. Let's roll something better than a 1 this time, shall we? I rolled a 4. So 4 plus con, so we'll add a total of 5 more hit points this level, taking us up to 40. Now, remember, we're at another even level, so we get to upgrade our magic again. So I want to have a very successful target number, and I'm going to put my next point into accuracy also. And I want this accuracy. Well, actually, I probably won't put it into accuracy. I'm probably going to go ahead and I take that back, because accuracy just basically worries about arcane blast. I think I'm going to put this intelligence this time. This is a primary ability, and the intelligence, it has to do with my spellcasting success. So I'm going to go ahead and raise that up to a 4. Whoops. And I'm going to have to go back and adjust that also on the other sheet. I'll have to go back to the level 3 mage sheet, and I'll have to take one off because I had a mental lapse. So yeah, you guys won't have to worry about leaving a comment on the YouTube channel, because I'm going to go back to the level 3 and I'll change the casting rolls for Fire Arcana and Healing Arcana. So don't worry about that. I'll get that changed. It'll be a +3 instead of +4. Brain fart. I think it's the accuracy involved with Arcane Blast kind of threw me off a little bit. But when you got so many things going on with a character sheet, you're bound to make a mistake. I mean, it happens to everybody. So, but I'm just really glad that I caught this. So, which is a really good thing. So, all right. So, Arcane Blast is separately. We're not worrying about that this time. We're worrying about our intelligence. Now, don't forget, your intelligence has to do with your target number success casting spell. It's called basically just a success roll, and it would be a 3d6 plus 4 because of intelligence. So that is going to be our upgrade for that. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take another lore. We're going to take an ability focus for let's see, intelligence. We are going to go ahead and take. We'll probably go ahead and take Arcana Healing. I think Arcana Healing would be good, or Healing Arcana. So now we have a focus in Healing Arcana. So now we can change this 0 for having no focus to a 2. For now we have the Healing Arcana focus. So now we get a +2 bonus to all our success rolls for our target numbers on our healing spells. So now we've got our hit points done. We got our primary ability score chose, our primary ability focus chose in Healing Arcana, and let's determine our mana or magic points. Wow, I'm rolling good. I rolled another 5. So 5 plus willpower. Remember, it's associated with willpower. So I get 8 more. So I have 36. I think I actually have more mana. Oh, I'm getting there. I may eventually end up passing my health. We'll see though. So now let's check out to see what we get at level 4. And of course, we get our first new specialization. Specializations are where your character really start to shine. So as for specializations, the first one that I'm going to take is going to be Elementalist. And the Elementalist is basically, let me get this wrote down first. Specialization, we are going Elementalist. I can't believe I goofed up on that accuracy bonus, but that's no problem. I'll get that changed. And for being an Elementalist, I'm going to be a novice because it works just like the way talents work and your arcane focuses. Now, the Elementalist is where he focuses his spells, his magic into one of the 4 primary, basically the elements: fire, earth, water, air. So when you do that as a novice, well, first off, before you even become a novice, you're going to have to choose one of the following magical talents to be your favorite arcana. Now, you get to choose between air, earth, fire, and water. Of course, I've already got fire arcana, so that is my favorite. Okay, I'm going to put fire arcana in parentheses as my favorite elementalist. Now, as a novice, this means that I'm going to gain a +2 bonus when resisting spells from your favorite arcana. So if I have someone casting fire at me, I'm going to get a +2 bonus to my roll against their spell power. So anytime someone casts my favorite magic upon myself, I get a +2 roll to resist that against their willpower if it involves a willpower roll. Piece of cake. And then later on, for Journeyman, my knowledge of the elements is deep, and when casting spells of your favorite arcana, the cast and magic points is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. Really nice, because I'm eventually going to go into heavy armor. And when I go into heavy armor, I'm going to have more strain. I've already got a strain of 1, but I'm eventually going to have more, because I'm going to be more like a battle mage, going in quarterstaff, blasting, healing. I'm going to be in the thick of things. So that is going to help me reduce the cost of my spells. And then as a master, you understand the ties between elemental focuses, and now I can choose a second favorite arcana from the list. So I can't choose healing, it's not on the list. I'll probably go ahead and go with air arcana, because I think it has a lot of spells that move things around. So I'll probably end up going with air arcana when I become a master elementalist. So that's what you're going to see on this character sheet. Now, we've gone through pretty extensive. We've spent about almost 2 hours discussing level 1 leveling and level 2 to 20. You guys have taken a couple advancements. You know what to do from level 2, 3, and 4. Also, you got to see one of my mistakes that I made that I luckily caught, and I'll go back and change. I'll also edit the video a little bit, and then I'm also going to go ahead and change that level 3 spell, the sheet for the mage, back down to a +3 for the target number rolls for both fire arcana and healing arcana. So I hope you guys learned a lot. I enjoy making character sheets for Fantasy Age, for any game that I like playing. I love making sheets. So over time, there will be 20 sheets for Thale of the Forest, and you guys will be able to download them. They'll be on my website, tabletopping.net, in the player section, and you'll be, like I said, be able to download them all. So thank you guys again for watching. I totally appreciate it. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, if you enjoyed what you like, please feel free to, follow the channel, subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a comment down below, like, and I'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.